In the beginning, there were two deities, one of change and one of preservation. The two lived in a vast primordial sea. He of change churned the waters for eons, but the water always found level, searching for peace. She of preservation did not appreciate his thrashing about. She craved the tranquil sea just like the water itself did. One day, when thrashing about, he fell down into the deep, and to his surprise, the sea had a bottom. The bottom was able to be changed and moved in a way unlike the water. Upon discovering this, he broke past this boundary, eager to start his new domain of progress, leaving the other to her sea of stagnation. Digging through the bottom was long and hard, but as he could see the change happening, he kept going faster. His digging caused his hands to heat up, boiling the water around him into steam. As the digging continued, his hands began to burn. His body became fire, the first fire. As he dug and dug, he left lava and fire behind in this massive cavern that would become his realm. As the god of change, he embraced this change from the cold ocean above. Where the water dripped down from the ceiling, pillars of rock formed. Land above ground in the ocean also formed, in places where lava shot up from underground. The change happening on its own was so beautiful to the god that he set out to create something that could change things on purpose like he could. The fire he had now become was a good starting point, but without the framework his body provided, it was weak and would die. The water he always fought against, on the other hand, was resilient and unending. By mixing this water with the fire of his own body, the first life was created. This life is a type of fungus which, while primitive, excited the god very much with its ability to leach energy from the medium it is on, create change. The god was most impressed by its ability to create more life with slight changes, but based on itself. Knowing that change is able to build upon itself, the god decided to let these fungus work on themselves to make a large variety of life, occasionally pushing the life in a direction he found interesting. As another way to let change happen on its own, the god used his own fire to make a large ball to move around the world, bringing light to the ocean above ground and allowing the lighting to change. As an attempt to balance out the light levels, the goddess put a large rock in the sky to reflect the light of the sun back at the ocean even when the sun was away. Overground, the goddess preservation had been enjoying the finally stilling waters of the primordial ocean when she could tell that there was a change happening below even more important than that above. Still not wanting to change anything, she lounged on the water, enjoying her peace. Miraculously, she noticed the waters get cleaner. She sees strands of green occasionally float to the top. What she was seeing was the result of the first algae and kelp. Eventually, both above and below ground animals began to evolve, with fish and squid thriving above water, and the rugged pig thriving down below. Just as he intended, life was continuing to evolve without him. The goddess, never one to make a change, set about preserving these ecosystems that the god had created. The one big push on life after its creation that the god imparted on it was for it to develop into a form like him and his partner. Intelligent life was the goal, and he set about creating it both above and below ground. The pigmen formed down below, and the villagers formed up above. Pigmen society was often nomadic, but built large works of architecture for industry and worship. The villagers were originally aquatic, and built large cities and temples. This is when the gods were worshipped for the first time. Both gods quite favored their worshippers and found ways to ensure their success. These first worshippers gave the gods their names: Lavlan, he of change, and Prismager, she of preservation. With civilization thriving above and below, the worlds were finally able to meet through the invention of portals by one of those civilizations. Due to Lavlan pushing them both to develop in a single direction, the two races were somehow compatible, allowing the first true humans to be made. This was the beginning of the first golden age of civilization, and changed the world forever after.